What up, folks? It's your boy Dash back in the building again. Let me fix my do-rag, y'all. Pardon me. Oh, hold on. Anyway, back with my word of the day, and today's word is a goodie. It's a goodie, and it's a word that I had to learn the hard way. Honesty. Listen, y'all. I swear I was so good at lying. I was so good at lying. I was believing them. I mean, I was good at lying. It was a part of my personality. Lying was a part of my personality. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I had seen it in my exes. But I'm gonna tell you why honesty is so important. You know, it's a few things. You know what I'm gonna do? Break it down to three. For one, your credibility. Now, I don't know how many of y'all actually care about your credibility. I do, because if you one of them people that say my word is all I got, then that's exactly what credibility is. And how can you build any credibility by leaning on lies all the time? Trust me, I don't care how many lies that you get away with, it's eventually going to be a point where it's going to catch you. Trust me, trust me. And if you have remembered every single lie that you've ever told in this life, then you are brilliant, sir or ma'am, because it's impossible. It's impossible. You know, if you're going to be the person that's giving information, or, you know, if you want people to believe in you, or you want people to lean on you, you have to be a credible person. And if you're lying and people know you're lying, because you're not going to be able to lie to everybody, because, you know, some people are going to believe your lies. Somebody going to call you out, and somebody going to know that you ain't telling the truth. And when that happens, then it starts to spread like a wildfire. I mean, people will know you for lying. People knew me for lying, like for real. And that credibility makes it so that you can't give advice. Listen, I'm a man of God, and if I'm going to be spreading God's word, my credibility has to be A1. Because if I am considering myself a man of God and I'm a liar, then that's exactly what they're going to look at. And as Christians, y'all, they always trying to, find a way to down us. They try to nitpick with us, and they try to make it so that we have to be perfect people. Listen, lying will hurt your credibility in a way too. It's not just with people. If you lie on your resume, guess what? If they find out at your job that you lied on your resume, they will terminate you. And then if you do it at enough jobs, guess what? It's going to be something that is related to other employers. I've seen it happen, because I used to be a manager, and I used to interview people, and word got to me. In fact, we had a list of people that if they came in, no, their resume is lying. So that credibility is important. That credibility is so important, because on this earth, your word means a lot. And if you can't stand on your word, you can't stand on nothing. Nothing. Secondly, again, with the relationships. Honesty will help your relationships. If you want to be with somebody, if you want to find a partner, you want to find a husband or find a wife, then you gotta be able to be honest, because why? They have to be able to trust you. Trust me, relationships are when you allow someone to hold your heart in some capacity, and trust them with it. And if you are a liar, why would anyone trust you with their heart? I've broken them, and it took years to build that trust back, where I was in a place where somebody would trust me with their heart, because I broke so many of them. It almost felt like it was sport, because I was lying. I mean, it was a daily thing for me. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to have a healthy relationship, even if you're in the relationship and you got the relationship, if you want it to be able to be healthy and not be toxic, honesty is essential, because you're going to have to communicate, and that communication has to be honest. If that communication is lies, then that's exactly what your relationship is going to be built on, lies. And those lies, they build and build and build until it all crumbles. Listen, the saying is not a lie. What happens in the dark shall come to the light. And I said yesterday about how they didn't say that. God said that. God said that what happens in the dark shall come to the light every single time. Every single time. Notification. Every single time. So in your relationships, whether it's your girlfriend, husband, mother, sisters, cousins, friends, all of these relationships are important ones. So why lie? Why lie? Be honest so that when it's time, to look for the truth, you're one of the people look for. Because when people look at you, that's another part of credibility. Don't you want people to consider you, someone they can trust or someone they can count on to be there for them? Why wouldn't you want to? I do. I want everybody to believe everything I say because what I say is real. Just like what I'm telling you is real. And I'm telling you because I know what it feels like to be a liar. I know what it likes to feel like. I know what it feels like to be a manipulator. I know what it feels like to be a cheater. I've done it. I've done it more than your average man. Yes. But obviously God works miracles on people. He certainly worked one on me. But please be honest in your relationships because if you don't, it's not going to get anywhere. And when it does get somewhere, that somewhere is going to be nowhere. I promise you. Third one. See, y'all know I do this every time. I forget the third one every single time. Ooh, 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 ooh. This one gonna hit right here. Self-love. Self-love. Now you think when it comes to honesty, you can only be honest with others. No, you can lie to yourself. Matter of fact, people probably lie to themselves more than they lie to other people. And this is what happens with self-love when you lie to yourself. When you lie to yourself, God got a way of putting you in front of that lie that you tell yourself every day when encountering other people. And you're sitting carrying that lie with other people. And what happens is you start to feel a way about yourself. You start to feel a way about yourself because most people who lie to themselves, they lie to themselves because whatever it is that they lie to themselves about, they want it to be true. If you have an addiction and you say, "No, I'm good. I'm just, I just take a sip here and there." That's what you want it to be because if you wanted it to be what it is, that's what you would say to yourself. I just smoke here and there. It ain't serious. If that was what you wanted it to be, then that's what you would say. Then if you wanted it to be what it is, then that's what you would say to yourself. You want to have a reason to lie to yourself. And so what happens when you start feeling that way? It starts building up. Just like when you lie to other people and that builds up before it crashes, the same way when you lie to yourself. That builds up, it builds up, it builds up. And what it starts to happen, because this happened to me too, where you start feeling like you don't deserve love because you don't love yourself. Matter of fact, you will settle for whatever. Because you're not going to be able to stand to be by yourself because that's how much you don't love yourself. So you'll deal with people just so you can have somebody around, so you won't have to sit and think about how you feel about yourself. Listen, sit with them thoughts, look in the mirror, ask yourself them hard questions because it's necessary for you to love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. I promise you. You could try it. Go out there, try it. See how it helps. See what it does for you. Because I promise you, what it's going to do for you is show you exactly what I'm saying is correct. That's all it's going to do for you. Please be honest with yourself. Do not lie to yourself, so that you don't build characteristics and traits that just carry on because you don't want to be honest with yourself about it. Please be honest with yourself because honesty with yourself is how you build self-love. You look at everything. And when you're honest with yourself, you see, okay, I don't like this about myself. Now let me do the work to change it. If you keep lying about yourself, you want to acknowledge that it needs to be changed. Sometimes stuff has to be said out of your mouth before it changes. I had a problem before, and I mean for years and years, and I used to tell everybody, yeah, I'm good with it now. I ain't got a problem with it. No, it's just whatever. I don't have a problem with it no more. But until I said out my mouth that the problem was what I had, it didn't change. So please be honest with yourself so you can love yourself better. And so you can be able to accept love as it should be accepted. All right, y'all. Dash out. Love y'all.